TA Tech Unbox, where we ask TA tech companies to showcase their products and invite guests to unveil their latest creations. Their challenge? To bring an exclusive sneak peek at tech redefining the TA market. Today, we're thrilled to introduce Woody, co-founder from Willow.
Thanks very much, Darren. So I'm going to show you two things. Firstly, and most importantly, I'm going to show you the candidate journey. So it's great if you've got amazing TA tech, but if candidates hate it, you've got no candidates, you've got nobody to look at, you save no time and you make no placements, you hire nobody. So most important part of our process is definitely having a frictionless and enjoyable candidate process. I'll show you that first. Secondly, I'll just show you where those videos go, how you can watch them, and essentially how you can save time on scheduling, have a more consistent process, have a panel-led assessment of an individual, and then ultimately share those videos with hiring managers. Not sure if I should have done this at the beginning, but essentially Willow is an asynchronous or virtual interview tool. It means basically we usually replace the sort of telephone interview segment of your hiring process. You send somebody a link and they click on that link and it opens up on any device. They watch a video of you introducing the interview. They answer some questions. You get the questions back. It just saves a lot of time around scheduling, uncommitted candidates, etc. From an efficiency perspective, but also gives the candidate a voice rather than utilizing a CV or resume. So without further ado, this is the candidate interview. This is our wonderful CS lead, Faith, who is doing a little video introduction here, which you may or may not have heard. And all that's happened is I've got this link from Willow. I've clicked on it. It's opened up on my mobile phone, laptop, whatever. Again, I haven't had to download anything. So core thing for us is like removing friction and increasing delight of our candidate experience. Everything in here you can change. So this is all free text. It's completely customizable to you. There's a few bits of information over here for the candidate. Again, you can change all of this stuff. Just a bit of an educational piece. One thing that people do really wrong in video interviewing is they don't make the candidate aware that they're kind of through one stage already. This is the second stage of the process, and they experience a big drop-off because they've put the job description down here rather than, hey, this is the second stage. Well done, you're through. This is what's going to happen, and this is how we're going to use the video. And in this video, again, super important. You need it to be authentic. Ideally, if it's like an early careers thing, you want to interview a graduate, get them up on there, talking about their experience with video interviewing or just in the organization since they joined. So candidate has a little read, blah, 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 goes, yeah, Faith looks amazing. I can't wait to work with her. Click continue. A few hints and tips. It's worth noting for any global listeners that we have 12 different languages in the platform, which is quite cool. Roughly 70% of people still haven't done a one-way video interview. So just making sure that they feel comfortable is pretty important from a hints and tips perspective. And then finally, we are in the interview. I'm glad that my webcam is set up properly. Although the contrast is terrible, isn't it, guys? So I'm going to show you 4 different types of question. You could have all video, you could have all audio, you could have all text, you could have all file uploads, or a mixture of whatever. In here, we've got written questions. Everything in Willow is developed to WCAG 2.0. In fact, our UX designer is certified in it, which is pretty cool. Candidates here, you can see this is the friendliest type of interview. If you listen to the rest of the podcast, it's got unlimited retakes. There's no timer on it. You basically have an amazing candidate experience. It counts you in. You answer the question. You've got your countdown timer, count up timer. You can see everything. You can see that your audio's working, so there's no anxiety about that. It then just uploads very quickly. Once I've done my answer, I can then review it, retake if I want to, or I can move on to my next question. So, as I mentioned, different question types. You could do all video or you could do audio. We introduced audio for 2 reasons. So, one, tech individuals quite often don't want to be on video, but they're happy to give a qualitative spoken answer. And 2, if you want to have like a first stage which removes any visual bias whatsoever, this is a great option for you. You can see in here I've been a bit harsher. I've given them a number of attempts, so they're under a bit more pressure. Click record now. It works exactly the same way. Give my answer. That uploads, and we continue. Again, tech doesn't always work, right? So it could be that your laptop's running out of battery. It could be that you're on a library computer. It could be anything. Let's say you're having a little bit of trouble. What you can actually do with Willow is just take your mobile phone, scan this little offshoot QR code and complete on a different device. Again, this is from real life experience of early careers individuals running out of time in their computer lab or wherever they are and going, hey, I'm going to lose this interview. What can I do? So it's all about accessibility. Next. You can see here written questions. This is good for like emails or just like logistical questions, maybe. It's quite important here to note I've put in our recommended completion time. Now, a lot of companies in our world call this thinking time, and actually when this time's out, that's it, you're done, you're in trouble. Ours is slightly different. Myself and my co-founder, both dyslexic, so we basically built in extra time and reasonable adjustments into this function. So rather than this timer running out, it just goes to amber. It basically tells the recruiter that you've gone over time, and it's then up to them to ask, did you need reasonable adjustments on this, or am I just happy with the answer you've given anyway? You've gone 1 minute over, it doesn't matter. Finally, we have file uploads. This could be any type of file. Typically, people use this for like certification, photographs, anything that you might need from a sort of a marketing portfolio perspective. And that is, I'm just trying to find something I can upload. There we go. And there is a fifth type of question, which I'm not going to show you because I'm going to save time. The fifth type of question is we can also do right to work checks and DBS level ID checks within the platform. So you can do your screening call and also check their right to work either together or separately, but all under one supplier. Final page of review as a candidate. This guy looks like he's got some attitude, doesn't he? Wow. Let's move to a different picture. Anyway, so I can retake from here if I want to. I can save it for later if I want to come back. You can enable and disable this at your wish. Create, click next, and I can give my availability for a follow-up call as well, which you can book from within the platform. And then finally, I just put in my details, and that is it. If you're using Willow like integrated with anything, candidates don't even see this. They don't have to put their details in. So there's been no logins, no downloads. You don't have to put your details in. So that video has now gone over to the backend over here. So it's just processing at the moment, but once it has, you get this little GIF, because much like Tallulah, for any Bugsy Malone fans, I don't remember names, but I remember faces. Good joke, Woody. I click into my candidate. Really simple. I can see my ratings up here, so I can give them an overall rating. I can give them a little comment down here. And again, from a panel interview perspective, it tags to each individual that goes in and comments. This averages out across all of your users. And as of November, this is getting a full rehaul, and the scorecards are going to be even more exciting. So you're going to be able to put in your competency framework, rate people in different ways, rate each question, lots of different things that are coming out, which is going to be quite interesting. Finally, you can schedule their interview in here, and then you can go, right, this person's great, I'm going to accept them. Final thing I want to show you, to keep it pragmatic, is let's say you are doing an early careers assessment center, and you go, okay, well, we've got managers coming to the day, and we want them to see the candidates in advance, or you're doing a wash-up halfway through the day and going, I can't remember who Steve was, or in this case, Andrew Wood or Joe, and I want to see their video from the screening call. You can basically take this, give them a short list of candidates that you've accepted, and they can scroll through that without needing to log in to any platform, which from experience in recruitment, there's two things that you don't want to do, and that is give hiring managers poor quality candidates, and secondly, you don't want to give them a really difficult thing to remember passwords, logins, etc. Just take that friction away. And they can actually look at this on their mobile, so they could do it on their way to the assessment centre last minute. They could do it whilst they're making a cup of tea, whatever they wanted. And that is it. It takes 4 minutes to set up a Willow and get onboarded. It's incredibly simple, quick and easy to use. So I'm not even going to bother showing you that part of the platform.
One of your members of your team from Willow, she was presenting the question. So is it easy then for, say, a client recruiter just to record a question and for that to be uploaded as part of the series of questions?
Yeah, absolutely. There's three things you can do with that video. You can record it in the platform. That's what Faith did. You can upload a video. So somebody could send it to you on your iPhone. On your iPhone, you could upload it there and then. Or you could, if you've got like a YouTube video, for example, you could just put that in.
I get it. Yeah. And then in terms of the support you offer, so if someone has a candidate has a problem, I can see there was a support link in there. How often do you receive kind of queries coming in, and how quickly do you reply back to them? Yeah,
great. So great question. 0.8% of people ever need a technical assistance. 9 times out of 10, it's solved by that offshoot. Actually, it's like a device problem, and they just need to scan the QR code, move to a more updated device, or come back to it at a different point. So most of it's solved by that, to be honest. And we've worked incredibly hard to do that. So that's point one. Point two is it's 24/7 basically, support. And we get back to people. I don't know what the official stat is, but we've never had a complaint. And it's very quick. And in fact, we've won awards for, G2 badges for support. And then the final point is we also have a library of about 150 self-help articles, including things like, oh, you're a candidate and you've never done this before. How do you do your best possible video interview? And they've all got like Loom videos, etc.
As part of the process as well, right? Step 2? I saw that there was tips for what's coming next, which I think we talked about before, right? Is that making candidates feel comfortable before they get into it and give them a bit of confidence.
And look, you can turn that off. So if you're an organisation that wants to have a terrible candidate experience, you can turn it off. We're not a dictatorship around like whether you use these things or not. We can only advise customers around what candidates enjoy the most.
Have you built a content library for how to create really good?
Absolutely.
Really good Willow processes.
Absolutely, stuff like literally cool. In that 150 articles, there's like how to get started, how to maximize your invites, how to record a great video introduction, like examples of that from our client base. So there's loads and loads of stuff that we've worked through.
I think it's I haven't got any more questions. Awesome product, Woody. Looks cool. I love how easy it is to use, and I love how flexible it is. We've talked about that already. I love the way that you guys have approached it like that. Well, Woody, it's been fun. So I appreciate the time you've given us. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for joining. Just quickly as well, before we let folks go, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
So LinkedIn I'm pretty active on there, despite missing Darren's message this morning. I am. So LinkedIn, Andrew Wood, or drop me an email, woody@willow.video. That's the best two routes. Those.
Excellent. Thanks for coming on.
No, thank you so much for having me. It's been really good.